We are live. No biting, hitting, or swearing.
I'll try my
Much appreciated. Good evening, everybody. Everybody watching us live tonight. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us. Watching on catch up, absolutely wonderful as well. Where were you? You have no excuse. You couldn't have been out. So got the lovely Angel Caroline with us tonight. Speaking, where are you again based?
I'm in Stockport, Manchester.
Right. So yeah, all the way from sunny. We pay your travelling expenses. All right. So we're going to have a lovely evening. Angel, as you know, came down very kindly and served Paul Church a couple of times as part of the Northern Lights team. Very lively, very effervescent character, and don't leave her alone with a bottle of your wine because it mysteriously disappeared in a while. So that's all your little secrets out now, Angel.
Do like a glass of wine, and you're so honoured that I'm on because I haven't got it Saturday night. Fully joking. I've got my Vimto, I'm all right.
Oh, okay, lovely, wonderful. So, Angel, tell us a little bit about yourselves, please. Be lovely.
About myself. So I'm a medium. I also connect with the Archangels as well. I run a company called Angel Events and Workshops, and do like mind, body, spirit fairs and stuff like that, and development classes on different aspects of spiritual stuff. Like I'm an approved training provider. I teach angel card readings, angelic healing, anything angel related really. So yeah, I love angels.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, no, I get that. You did a retreat as well, didn't you, just before all this blew up?
Yeah, I've done quite a few retreats over the years, and yeah, so I've been to some really magical places. Spirit have took me there, and I've found these places, and I love to take people there to see them as well. So healing, a lot of healing goes on retreats. We go to a place in Yorkshire, which is called the Jonas Centre, and that's a Christian campsite, but they were absolutely okay with us talking about the healing and spiritual healing and the angels and stuff like that. So a lot of healing takes place there. We go to the Daisy Centre over at Glastonbury, and there's a field that I hire in Llangollen where we camp. So there's retreats for every budget, and it's about bringing people together. That's what brought me to start organising these events, because I didn't have any spiritually minded people, and yeah, so I just like to gather like-minded people together and grow with together. Yeah. So.
Excellent. Yeah, no, excellent. I've been on a few retreats myself, and I know how beneficial they are. Just to be able to, switch off from the world and really sort of like immerse yourself in the energy of what the retreat's all about. I suppose in a way.
I've been on sorry.
No, all right, carry on. It's your show.
I've been on a couple of retreats, and you seem to get bombarded with a lot of spiritual jargon. So mine are quite really down to earth, like-minded people together, healing each other, and not being told what to be or anything like that. Everyone could just be themselves and be accepted for that. And yeah, meditation and things like that. But it's a relaxed kind of place. I've been on like retreats where we all had to dress white and things like that, and periods of silence and all that. Like I do the kind of thing where people can do what they want. They can be who they want to be. And sometimes when you live in a life where you have important jobs like nurses, doctors, you know, all sorts of people come on them. It's nice just to let your hair down and be exactly who you want to be, and
Yeah,
be
very
accepted.
good. Actually, that's quite an interesting little thought train there, because you're saying about doctors and nurses. Obviously, at this time, 99% of the world is in a retreat of some sort. They were locked away. However, all those out there on the front line, come a time when that pressure is actually starting to relieve, as long as we remember a very simple thing, you know, just don't go out and stay apart. It's not hard. But as soon as, you know, when these pressures are taken off, retreats like that be an extra added value, because a lot of frontline workers will really be in need of that, you know, where we're doing nothing and going mad, they're doing everything and seeing everything, and being able to get that balance side. So very interesting that. You also mind, body, spirit fairs as well, correct?
Yeah. So that was really fun. There's like bits of everything. So I'm like a kind of connector kind of person. I used to have my own spiritualist church, and I used to connect people to loved ones and different mediums there. And it all started off for a charity called Nomad, who help veterans suffering post-traumatic stress. And my strength was organising the Christmas fair for the kids at school. I've got 5 children, but I knew I wanted it to be something spiritual. So I thought spiritual fair, and I just gathered like all the most art-centred healers, mediums, jewellery makers, vegan skincare, or everything that you need to nourish your mind, body, and soul in these hotels, really nice hotels. And so it just went from there. Just kept doing that. And there's like a workshop area where you can look into different things like angels, Reiki. There's a mediumship demonstration. There's something for everybody. Some things that you know, whatever everybody's searching for, we always put the prayer out too. So there's a bit of everything. But and we just it's just interesting to see if that's for you or not before you go down that path, really, because sometimes we can go down paths and we think, why did I come here? Little tasters. So
they're very valid, these the mind, body, spirit fairs, when we get back to being able to hold them. We have a big one every year just down the road from here, and it is quite a magical event, because you've got so many people there. All right, you do have a little bit of a lap over on some of the energies at times, but all in all, you're bound to find at least one thing in that event which you actually go, oh, I like that. I want to find out more about that.
Yeah,
good work.
The energy of so many gifted people under one roof is amazing. It makes you buzz inside, doesn't it?
Yes, I did notice that. The one down here, you could just pick it up off of people as well, because I went into one of the local shops and there was a woman there, and it was just like, I don't know, she just had all her spiritual lights on, and it was like, hello, oh, I'm working over the road at the Mind, Body, Spirit, and it's sort of like, it's so obvious because you can just pick it up, You don't see anything, but you just know, you just know, and you go, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Somebody, carry on.
So I've met so many amazing people over the years doing it, and just so blessed to have them in my life. The therapists, as well as the people that come along, they're all amazing people. And I think my spiritual path would have been a lot easier if they were about before. I felt really alone on my spiritual path at first, because My friends and family were into it on my mum's side, and I lost connection with my dad's side, which is a spiritualist. And yeah, so I've made my own family, BMBS family.
Yeah, it is a thing, isn't it? When you start out on your spiritual pathway at time, it can feel so lonely because, people get this inkling of something, but not quite sure what it is, and if nobody around you is in any way connected mediumistically or spiritually or spiritualist way, you can just feel totally out on a limb thinking, what's going on? I don't understand. I don't get it. So, yeah, these gatherings are very good to bring people together because you can have that epiphany moment about something. Somebody would just say one thing and you go, you know what? I've been feeling that myself,
Yeah.
Really good. There's a question from Deborah Adams. Good evening. Are you a medium angel?
Yes, I am a medium. I served Pools Christian Spiritualist Church there. I served churches around here, and I used to have my own spiritualist church in Stockport here. Yeah, so I'm a medium for loved ones in spirit, and I'm also a medium for the archangels as well. So I can bring message forward for both of them. When I'm working on platform, I will have Archangel Azrael with me, and he's the archangel of grieving, counselling, helping people get over the loved ones and stuff like that. Another archangel will pop in at first by the colours of what's around that person to let me know who I'm going to, and then I will switch to the energy of the loved one. So I do switch. So yeah.
How interesting. Another question here from the lovely Sarah Waman. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hi, Angel. Had Archangel Sander Pone around? Any chance what your take is on that, please?
Well, I only work with the angels with the L on the end, which is the L suffix, which means of God. So I only work with the ones with the L on the end, which will be Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Azrael, Jophiel, just the ones with the L on the end, and also Lord Metatron, who governs above the healing grid, the electromagnetic grid that goes around the earth. But I tend to stay away from the ones without the L on the end.
Right. Oh, well. Please put your comment on that, Sarah. You could change it to San. I do apologise. I'm not taking the mickey. I just really can't read that word properly. Sander Pone. It's one I've not heard of, but yeah.
I'm not very. He helps delivering prayers, which I'll explain why my prayers when I open his service are so rubbish. And what else? And that's all I know about that one. It's more of the L's that I work with, but he does help with delivering prayers and all that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, I just sneaked off on the side here onto a Google page, and I can't find anything about it. So, oh well.
I think when you start looking into Google and things like that, there's so many different things. I just like to connect and get that information on my own.
Yeah. There we go. Alison Price, thank you. She's awake and with it. Sander Pole. That's why I couldn't find it, because there's an H in there. Watches over metaphysical and spiritual knowledge. Right. So interesting. I've learned something there. There was another question. Here we go. How are you on your crystals?
Well, my spirit. I used to work for a company called Psychic Switch, and I used to do like 4 hotels a week. And I used to wear rose quartz in my bra because my nana was into the crystals, and my spirit guide, which is a very loud, strong Jamaican man, he shouted "no stone" when I couldn't find it. So I said, well, all right then, let's see how many readings I get tonight, because you used to get extra readings at the end, and I had the most readings ever, so I'm not massive on crystals.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very, very true. All, there's so many different fields of thought within the spiritual and the spiritualist movement. I know crystals are very, very important to a lot of people. I have done some crystal work. It was quite interesting, but I'm drawn to it,
I've got the worst memory in the world, and I think that's a gift from spirit, that I can't remember things, and I can't remember all what they're all for. It's just too much for me. I'm just like, got spirit, got me angels. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And so some people need that physical thing, though, don't they?
Very true.
If you can't see it and you can't hear it, then that physical thing is good for people, and people are drawn to different energies, aren't they? So
yeah, very much so.
I've got millions of crystals that people have given me, and they're just crystals to me. They look pretty. I've got this big, massive one here that a friend gave me. I have no idea what it's for or anything. So.
Throwing at the old man.
Could cause some damage with that one.
Yeah, very. It's funny you say about the people need that physical thing. When I first started working mediumistically and doing the open platforms, I discovered I had a pair of socks because I did a night and everything just worked. And I went, it's the first night I've worn those socks. It's those socks. So for about 2 months after, I had to wear my magic socks when I worked on platform.
Yeah, and like my husband says, I'm not spiritual or anything like that. I was like, well, you had your lucky pants at uni, didn't you? So we believed in them, and they worked for him. He says, but but when I started doing services, I used to wear the same shirt every time, and that was my serving church, and I thought I could only get connection if we had this shirt on, but and the button broke. So, and then it was fine without that. I'm not much a sewer.
Very interesting. Right, here's something much more serious note, bless her heart. I don't know if you're able to do anything with this, Angel. If you can, great. If you can't, please just say so. It's not a problem. Adams, I need some guidance. Working on the front line is so stressful.
I would call on Archangel Samuel, and he brings the peace when it's needed, and also Jophiel I would call on as well, because she helps the warriors of the world. I have a strong connection with this angel. She helps you declutter your mind, help you think positively, so you're bringing that positiveness towards you more. And manifesting how you would like it to be with Archangel Ariel. So, but the worries are going to be popping there, and it's not just a stupid worry about anything. It is a valid worry. But if you ask Archangel Jophiel to uplift your mind and your thoughts, and she'll help you be mindful about what you're doing as well. You have to be super mindful at the moment with your protection and stuff like that. But I think it's really important that you really stay grounded and ask their angels to come to you and not go off to them, because they will come to you.
Interesting.
And Archangel Michael for the strength, courage, and confidence. They all have a colour, I'll put a bit on my page about each one, so on my profile, and then you can have a look there and see which one you resonate with. But it's just that just it's temporary, isn't it? It's happening, but it's not going to last forever, is it? And it's just staying strong and getting through that.
Yeah, and it's trying to, we need to exist more in the positive energies about things, which is so difficult. It's a very fine line as well, isn't it, with this positive energy of not being disrespectful to, we're seeing these terrible tolls every day, not just here, across the world. And every one of those figures represented, there's a whole family somewhere affected by that. So, we've got to be mindful, but also we need to try and keep that positive element, of not, oh, it's another day. I said this morning, okay, it's another day closer to when we can get out again. And think it's just little tips like that, just to keep that positive energy about us, because it's so easy at the moment just to go down on everything,
I think once you start calling the archangel, everything's just a little bit brighter and a little bit lighter around you. It's really lovely energy, and they help you keep that that lightness about things. But you bring a lot of comfort.
I've always been a very big one for balance, and balance in all aspects of our life, our physical, our spiritual, and our mental bodies, and the hearts and thoughts are always out to all the people in the front line, and no matter what part of the front line it's doing, they're out there, and they could say no, but they're not, but I would say to anybody on the front line, you do need to get that balance back, and God love you all. What you see and what you have to deal with, people would never ever gotten through it living, and people hopefully never ever will have to again. But you yourselves must look after yourselves. You must make that moment and not feel guilty, and look out and just think, oh, what a glorious day. Look at a simple flower. We've got such a beautiful time of year coming in with nature starting to come to the fore. Just go out and just get that balance back. And also, like Angel says, if you're drawn to that, go for the archangel energies as well. Anything to get your mind just slightly away from all the concerns and the worries of the time, because we all have to have that balance, because that keeps us going.
Definitely. I think meditation is medicine, and it helps you keep focused as well, isn't it? So just doing self-care when you are able to, because obviously if it shakes, it's getting the balance. Definitely. And Archangel Uriel can help you get the balance with those things as well. So I've been obviously I'm not doing any of my events or anything anymore, so I've had to start doing my workshops online and stuff like that. So as much as I want to be like totally in spirit and everything like that, I've had to ground myself, get that balance, learn the technology, get over to all my workshops online. So balance is really important in art.
Yes, very much so. I've been quite blessed with the online works of the church. A lot of new technology I've learned, a lot of new swear words I've learned, and so you can't see what's going on to the side of me, but it does. It looks like Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory, the stuff I've had to do to get this working. But and it's all important. There's so many avenues open up. This is a whole new way of working for everybody. Interacting with people online rather than physical, We're
making do, aren't we? But I don't think you can. I think that physical, that gathering, the physical, like the church, it still have to go on, because we're making do with this because we know that we're going to go back to be able to gather. So when
Yeah.
everyone really comes together, that, you know, the healing and the magic happens, isn't it? You know, I just hope that, you know, people don't get too much into technology and start staying indoors all the time. I don't want to go back to how it was completely. I mean, there's lots of nice changes that have been made, but I just hope that people don't get too used to staying in and stop gathering.
Yeah, true. I must admit, one of the things I've been looking at very, very nicely, and I know they're listening tonight. I won't mention their names and embarrassing, but I was thinking of a couple and thought, oh, I must talk to them. And I didn't know why. And then, sure enough, they contacted me within about 24 hours saying, oh, we need to talk to you. And I thought, oh, hello, something's going on. Well, it turns out he's very high in his IT skills. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
It's so good how they just send people our way that can help us, isn't it? But we asked first.
I know I've been testing him, bless his heart, because he said, what sort of a computer have you got? And I went, a black one. And apparently that's not...
That's something I'd say.
That was the wrong answer.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I agree with you. It will be wonderful when we can get back together again. However, there is the flip side that these online meetings, I mean, we're getting people viewing. The other night we had somebody from Sweden, somebody from Australia, somebody from Calgary out in the States. You know, we don't want to lose that to a degree. So one of the little projects we're looking at is when we do come back together again physically, but also live streaming a service from within the church. That'll present its own issues that you have to deal with at the time. That's fine.
Well, I've always frowned upon, you know, things like this online, and I do angel cards. I've done like angel cards on my profile for about 2 years, just giving messages of guidance and assurance from the archangels. But I've always frowned upon mediumship because I feel like it lacks the empathy, and you're not really being able to get that healing to them. But that was a blockage that I created for myself, and but yeah, so everyone's been called to step out of the comfort zone without actually stepping out, aren't they? And the good thing about the churches doing this is the mediums that have been doing it a long time are not comfortable with it. They won't let go of that blockage. Or they're just not very technical. So that's bringing in the new waves, isn't it? The new waves and you know, people that are connecting with other energies as well to make things a little bit more interesting. See, I'm like I've always been saying from being a child, I've always like been wanting to know more about everything. And so yeah, so I was born talking to spirit, and my nana was a spiritualist. My great grandma was apparently she was part of committee at Gorton Spiritualist Church in Manchester, and I had an imaginary friend called Carrie, and my mum told my nana one day, and my nana says my mum was called Carrie, and then when the next door neighbour died and I was still playing with her and I found out that she died, then it kind of freaked me out. So I shut it off then, and then I went to Sunday school all the time, and they said it was all right to talk to angels, and then I started getting followed by 444 everywhere, and I had to take my nana to spiritualist church at this point because she couldn't drive anymore. And the medium said to me, follow the numbers. So I was like, I keep seeing 444. Anyway, I was living at 44 Sleddale Close, and it was changed to 444 Sleddale Close. It was on car edges everywhere. And I went to a vintage market, and there was a book by Doreen Virtue, and it was called Angel Numbers 101. So I flipped straight to the number 4, and it says you've got a strong connection to the archangels. And I'm like, whoa, what are these? then I got in contact with Doreen Virtue and went on all her courses and everything like that, and got the knowledge, and I started connecting in with her myself and understanding what these lights were, because I just see archangels as lights.
Right.
And yeah, some of in my attunement, some of them are like Doreen Virtues and other people's art, but some are different, and I just give it how I see it, how I connect with these angels and what they're for. So yeah, archangels, and then every archangel's got a different speciality, which takes you down another route. It's kind of like spirit guides, and these spirit guides change, but your archangels don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They just pop in at different times. And yeah, so Asriel is the one that helps me when I have my church the most, because he's the grief counsellor, and that's for the crossing over and things like that. Which is my biggest mediumship job, the crossing over and things like the newly grieving is what I'm seem to be drawn to bring that evidence that that they're still around us.
That can mean so much.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, we've got a question here from Paula Freya. Are the archangels trying to protect us now?
I think what I feel with the archangels, to me, it was, I've been asking for help because I wanted to know more and stuff like that. So that's why it was showing for me. I think if you don't ask, you don't get. And that's something that my granddad used to always say as well. I think if you ask, you will get it. But they don't intervene. We all have our own free will. So it's, if you ask for their help, then they'll be there to help you. And I don't feel like I think there's certain nuggets within our life, experiences that we have to go through, and they can't really intervene on that. But they can make it as peaceful as possible for you. I've been that level of comfort and mind.
Yeah, true. We are here on a journey, and if other people, would be angelic beings, our loved ones in spirit, whatever, if they do it for us, then they've robbed us that experience that we're actually here to go through.
I believe before we're born, we sit down with our guardian angel, which is always with us, which mine would be my Nana Clary, because she passed before I was born. And we wrote down what we wanted to learn here. I see this existence as the classroom of it all, where we come to learn things, and sometimes we only learn things by experience, and sometimes we learn back things by experience the opposite. So sometimes I think maybe I asked to come and learn patience, because people test it all the time. But yeah, so yeah,
we're a very similar vibration there, I do believe. Yeah, the big things in this life, we've chosen to be here at this time. If you think about that the entire world is spirit. Every living being, every sentient being, and unsentient, is spirit. And it's no accident that we're all existing at this one particular time. So that's a wow. I'm
a great believer in soul contracts and things like that, where people step in at certain times because you put that in your book. But I do believe that there is gaps where we can have fun as well, where we can bring actually I want to try that. But we always have to go to these nuggets. So I think of it a little bit like Fun at the Hedgehog, where he's going around getting the rings. And what's going on at the moment is there's everyone's experienced grief, and every time you grieve, you have some sort of awakening and a new existence, don't you? So you're going up getting all these these rings, and you lose the rings, and you go to the next level, and you've got to start again. So it can be a bit like that, letting go of the old thoughts, the old rings that don't serve you as well, and being open to the next level.
Yeah, so, very true. We've all got our own paths, our own understandings, and we're all right. That's the thing. You do see it sometimes, a little bit of dissent, even in the spiritualist movement, about, oh, no, you're wrong. And I just think, no, they're right for themselves. Whatever you think, if you, all our beliefs come from that core intent. And if that is, true and strong, then whatever you believe in is right. It's right for you. It may not be right for somebody else, but that's actually...
Yeah. I do believe that we all create our own realities, definitely, and I just love the reality that I've created for myself. So, yeah.
Somebody's just asking. Somebody just asking. The twins are quiet. What have you done to them?
Well, I've got no Wi-Fi on because I noticed when I was on my friend today, when we did a little testing, that it was a bit jumpy and everything. So I was like, you're going to have to come off your PlayStations and watch the DVD. So they've got a PlayStation each. They've got they've got these things where they can talk to each other. But if one beats the other up in a game, they're on the landing like this. So I'm like, it's just a game. And there's something in that, isn't there? Life is just a game.
Yeah. Oh, the joys. Oh, the joys of the young. Question here from David Fulton. Do our angels change over time? That's an interesting aspect, yeah.
The archangels, so when I'm doing my moon club, which is all about womanhood and sisterhood and stuff like that, my Sisters of the Moon Circle, I have Archangel Aniel with me, and that's the archangel of women's stuff that women have to go through, just healing together women, centuries ago, like the Indians used to have like the red tent and things like that. So, but I feel that angel coming closer when I'm doing that. So yeah, they do change, the archangels, and if you're talking about angels like spirit guides, they change that quick. I can't keep up.
Yeah, very true.
I feel like every time you've got comfortable with how they're working with you and everything, they're like, right, you're getting too comfortable now, then change it. But I feel like we have one guardian angel that we write this book with, that is with us all the time, no matter what. Never judges us, whether we're in the wrong or the right. They're there to comfort us and guide us, and it's whether we listen in. So sometimes, David, I bet your angel's like, what's he doing now? I know David, he's been to my encaustic art workshop where he worked with the art and looked at what we could see clairvoyantly, objectively, so through the art.
Well, he's on the ball with the questions tonight, so he's also asking, would you say to flow your instinct is to follow your angel? Not quite sure the way that's written there, David.
I think we can all make up like lots of different words for things, can't we? So you think my angels are my higher self. I feel like my guardian angel, the one that I wrote the book with, is my higher self. She's a massive aspect of me. But yeah, so. But yeah, it's like I don't think we'll all really know until we get there, will we? And then it might be like the Matrix, and then we'll be like, oh my God, you played such a good part there, and we're all in this room up there. Who knows? We really won't know until we get there. And I could give you what I think, and Lawrence could give you what he thinks, but nobody really knows, do they? So.
Yeah. True. Lovely question here from Deb Clark, who was with us last Saturday night. Guides change. Why is it people say you have to summon a specific angel for a certain circumstance? Surely the right one would turn up at the right time, just like guides. It's interesting. I know what my answer is.
I know. I was watching you the other day, Deb, and I know that you're comfortable with not knowing who your guides are at that time. Whereas, and you just go with that, which my spirit guides are most of my family members, which brought me back to mediumship because I just have a good laugh with them while I'm doing the service. But when it comes to archangels, I want a name, I want a colour, and I want a speciality. So I know that you don't need that confirmation, which is good, you know. You just have that trust. But when it comes to archangels, I want to know who, when, where, what. I want to know full details. So
yeah, my interpretation of that is let's get it back up again where I can see it. Why do people have to summon us? Yeah, is this word summon a specific angel for a certain circumstance? My interpretation on that is it's not a summoning, it's just that linking in. You know, if you just sit there and go, come on, spirit, give it to me, what are you asking? You know, who are you asking? Yeah. But if you link in, so it's I'm always just a little bit cautious of the word summoning. I know Deb Clark, she's
yes. You think of like, well, if I had a dictionary, Andy, I actually look what summon means, but I think it just means call upon, doesn't it?
Yeah, summon is conjure up, whereas linking in is sort of like it's a mutual thing. You know, you're just putting out the energy of an angel so you can link into that energy. I'm not saying, oi, Gabriel, come here now. I'm saying, Gabriel, help me. So I'm just putting out that energy, that thought to open the door. Yeah. So I'm not summoning. My days of summoning things up have long passed. She's going to shout at me later for that. I know that, but never mind. I love you, Debs. Any more questions? Oh, there you go. Tim Pierce again. How do I hear my angels?
How do you hear them? Okay. So you ask for the help, and you might randomly watch the shop, and someone starts talking to you, and there's your answer. So that's how they speak. It's like synchronicities, and they send people, places your way to help you with that answer. I actually hear them like as a soft voice, but I know that but they work in many other ways with different people. Like, so seeing is believing with me. I've worked hard on all my clairs to be able to do that. But I've got a friend that she's a real empath, so she just feels the answers. You know, it's using your clairs. So whatever your strongest clair is, if you're a medium, they'll work with every clair, like spirit do. But numbers is a great way. So you can say, can you listen to my friend? I was doing an angel course quite a few years ago now, and my friend said, how do I connect? And I said, asking for a sign. And so she was on her way home, and she was like, go on, give me a sign. And then a van pulled in front of her saying, do you need a sign? So it's quite funny.
Yeah,
they've got a sense of humour, definitely. They do.
Definitely. Rule number one when working with spirit angels or whatever, have a sense of humour.
Yeah.
Jamie,
but they send different numbers as well. So.
Okay. Jamie Williamson, do you blend with an archangel the same as blending with a guide?
So with a guide, it's more like a zzz on your body, isn't it? When you're blending, it's like zzz. Whereas archangels are just like wrap around your hands and it's like make you feel tingly, and it's more of an outward thing. Whereas when you're with your guide, it's like zzz. I can't. That's the only way I can explain it. When the guys like literally like come into you, don't they? You know, you like
Yeah.
That's the only way I can feel it. That's the only way I can explain it. But with angels, it's like they'll make you feel tingly around you. It's more outside than in. So.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting because we're all totally different. I mean, by the sound of it,
that's how it is for me, anyway.
Yeah, by the sound of it, your guy's an electric toothbrush, so that's lovely.
Well, you know that feeling when you're like, right, I'm connecting now. You know,
yeah.
I can't explain it, but
yeah. Please stop doing that. Yeah, it is true. I know my different guides when they're connected to me because of the fields that they work in. I know when it's the philosophy side coming out because it's all from that chakra on the tummy there. I'm terrible on chakras. Somebody said to me, "Do you know where the chakras are?" And I said, "Yeah, just outside of Bridport." Well, apparently that was the wrong answer. But yeah, it's a really low energy. But I know when I'm working mediumistically, it's all up here and a very high, excitable energy going on.
See, for me, spirit is all around the stomach because I get the conditions all around my body. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like that, and it's really much in the body. Where with angels, it's more up here. And round, and sparkles in the eyes and colours. You keep seeing a certain colour for a certain angel. It's clairvoyance object to Claire, but it's your Claire's, and that's what the kind of person that I am. I have to see to believe most of the time.
Yeah, you hit on a very pertinent point there because everybody's mediumship is personal to that person. You know, mediums, philosophers, tutors, everybody can give you the basics of how to apply your mediumship. And don't forget, you know, everybody, your mediumship is not just about, I've got your mother here, you know. Mediumship works on many levels. It can work through the hands of a healer, being a nurse or a caregiver. Mediumship can work through the hands of an artist in inspiration. It can work through the ears of a musician to bring a melody in that will reach one person at the right time. So, yeah, mediumship is very personal to each and every one. Your basic structure of it, working for the highest and the best, being open to spirit, being open to the angelic realms to try and raise your own vibration, you know, because you've got to do it all from the heart. I always remember... Ab Fab, and when she used to go out and she had a little Buddha statue by the front door and she would walk past it and go, "Oh, yang ding 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 ding." That's it, done. And I thought, how? You know what, just that one little comedy sketch, I thought, yeah, you know, a lot of people, not being disrespectful to people, but you know, it's how much presence, how much credence, how much respect that you give to when you want to work with spirit or work to the angels, because whatever you give, you get back, you know. And if you're like, "Oh, you know, it's 7:05, come on, spirit, talk to me," nothing to say, okay, you know what, that's what you're going to get. But if you actually go into your heart and really go into those energies and say, "Archangel, whoever, I need you, I need your help to draw close," you know what, in one form or another, they will be there, because it all comes from the heart. And if it doesn't, it may be a little bit disappointing. Right.
Yeah, if you're a good listener, you're gonna hear a lot, aren't you? You know, I'm a good talker, so they'll just come through me.
No, I thought you were the try retiring type.
But I do feel everything. I feel everything. So I think that's why they work on my body a lot with the conditions. That's the evidence that I get what the people pass with, because I feel, and yeah, I do like to see. But I don't need physical things. But say when I'm serving in SMU churches, obviously it's all the same pictures and all the same surroundings. But I will look at a plaque and it'll have a different name on it, and I can read it that clearly, physical, because I trust that.
Yeah. True. Question here from Jamie Williamson again. Do the archangels have a specific and different calling card for you?
They all have their own speciality, and and they took me through it when I started reading up about them and stuff and connecting. So if you're starting to do a lot of decluttering and you've been quite worried and confused about where you're going, and then you're in your cubbyholes clearing out and everything like that because you're feeling anxious and worried, then that would be Archangel Jophiel. She helps you declutter in the physical to help get things straight within the mind. If I've got someone coming who wants a reading for connection with a loved one, then I will ask Asriel to come, who helps bereavement counsellors as well, because you don't want to just, you've got to give that connection, you've got to give that evidence, but you need to tie it up with nice things, to help them go forward. And there's at the moment it's Camuel, universal peace. I keep asking for peace for everybody, to find peace within their hearts, and they all do have different specialities for different things, and but you can simply say, just send me the angle that I need. You don't have to remember all these. You can make it. I know some people need to know. Some people need to know.
Safe now.
Some people need to know the ins and outs and everything, and that's why I do my courses, my qualifications, so they've got all the knowledge behind that. And some people really need to know the ins and outs of everything, whereas that's like, I don't need to know the ins and outs of everything of mediumship connecting to loved ones, because I just trust that, because but when it came to the archangels, I was questioning it all the time, because I wanted to know, is it just spirit, and so that's what made me want to get the knowledge for that. But I could feel the difference in the energies. So
very true, very true. Question here, Fiona Parry Dodd, who will be with us on a Saturday night soon, doing an evening on healing. Have you ever seen a beautiful angel with black feathers?
Well, I think as a black feather as protection. I don't see angels as big winged creatures. I see them as lights, just different coloured lights. Like, say I'm in a service and there's a newly grieving person there, I would see a creamy white light of an outline about 7 foot tall, and I'll know what that person has had a recent passing. So then I will ask who's passed, and then I'll feel that energy connection to the loved one. Which is the energy changes. They're my but I've never seen a big winged creature, white or black. So
I suppose with that colour reference as well, I mean, black as a colour, a lot of people will instantly sort of like link it to a passing time, or a portent of a passing coming up. But you could also look at black as sort of like, if you're keen gardener, black is a brilliant colour to use because it doesn't draw the eye in the garden. So if you want to cover up a fence or something, paint it black. So it's a very useful colour. And also, there's probably the underlying tones about it, because if you go into like the tarot card sign of it, of death.
I don't know anything about tarot. No.
All right. The death card is not a bad card because it's the passing of something. You know, it's the passing of a toxic relationship. It could be the passing of a really troubled time of your life. So I suppose with the black feathers, it just depends on what your mental link is with the color black. Do you see it as a mourning color, or do you see it as, you know, a release from a situation?
Well, like if I want to wear black, if I'm wearing black, which I don't really do anymore, but when I used to wear black a lot when I was a beautician, I wanted, it's because I wanted to look slimmer, to hide something away, to protect myself from people seeing me fat. So I think as black as protection with a feather. I know, like, I really don't feel like I mean, there's different energies, and I don't like the energy of tarot, like you just said. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But but I don't think there's any bad energies in the world. I think if you know, like people say, you believe in angels, you must believe in the devil, and I just believe that we're all light and we're all walking a path of light, and there is no dark. There's just places that light haven't been yet, and people fall on our times, and they act out in ways that the way, you know, if someone's acting, it's always a reason for behaviour. Like, so with the crossing over and things, I got lost on my way home from a development circle many years ago, and the motorway had been shut off, and then it had been shut off down the road because they was making all roads there, and it shut off at 10 o'clock, and I didn't know. I was stressed, I was crying, I was screaming, I was ringing my husband, and he's like, well, what do you want me to do? You've got the car. And I said, I pulled over and I was like, please, without me, Angel, just help me get home. I can do Michael, just protect me in this class. I'm going down dark light lanes and everything. And so I got to the petrol station, and there's some policemen there, and I said, can you tell me how I'm going to get home? Everywhere's shut off. And he says, follow the signs. I was like, well, thank you very much, you know, because I was angry and I was tired and I wanted to go home. And so, yeah, all the way back down, and I went down all these country lanes, and I got home. And when I got home, I felt so happy and relaxed, and I was just happy that I was home. And I think sometimes different energies can play up because they just don't know the way home. That's all I think. So that's my spin on it. And
yeah. No, that's good.
And if I do feel like there's some energy that's feeling a bit lost, then I would light a candle. So,
yeah. Question here from Eddie Rathbone. He's managed to pick himself up off the floor and clear away the beer cans to get to the keyboard. Welcome, Eddie. Do you feel that Archangel Metatron is around us more now that the world is changing?
I think at the moment he oversees the grids, the healing grids of the earth. So I think he's doing a lot of hard work at the moment, sending that healing down and around us. And things could be a lot worse than they actually are, aren't they? I think we're coping absolutely great, really.
Very true. We could all be living in America. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Fiona Parry Dodd, who asked about the angel with the black feathers. That's her response. Thank you. I work with End of Life. I have seen an actual black-winged angel whilst in trance, and it was truly magnificent with so much love. So, yeah, again, one work.
I think because it was the colour that was important with them. I don't feel like I have to put the wings on them and stuff, but everybody will see it as they wish to see it, won't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I've got stuff all the time with like all around the house with wings on and stuff like that, and I do get excited when I see a feather and stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah, we will all have our own depictions of an angel. I don't know if you've ever seen the film with Nicolas Cage, City of Angels. where he's an angel and falls in love with the surgeon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what? I just thought that was a beautiful depiction of angels because it was just people in long coats.
Yeah, yeah.
Watching and looking over, and I thought, I like that. I must admit, I'm a bloke. All us blokes will agree, and you better all back me up now, guys. Sometimes the idea of a great big wing being, I've not seen one, so I don't see it. But I could really relate to this. Just people stood around, but they all had long macks on. But every morning they stood there and sang when the sun came. And I just thought that's great. I love that depiction of angels. I think that's beautiful.
That's how I see angels. Just normal people, like our loved ones. They become angels. But archangels is a different thing. It's the light that I see with them. And so Azrael, I just see as a creamy white outline of a normal person without wings, about 7 foot, and that's the one that helps with the crossing over and things like that.
Lovely.
That's how I see it. But it's amazing that we can all, they'll connect with us in the way that we know, don't they? So
exactly, yeah. Because if we don't know it, I always say, I'm not a scientist, and if spirit were to give me the formula to turn water into petrol or whatever, I wouldn't understand it because I haven't got that brain. I haven't got that scientific understanding. And it's the same with all our work with spirit and the angelic realms. They're going to come to you in a form and a way that you can actually relate to, So anyway, my darling.
Lawrence, just lean back and show everyone your halo.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Now you stand up and show us that you've managed to fit in your jeans for the first time in 4 weeks.
Surprisingly, I think it's because I've lost muscle.
Angel, it's been really, really lovely having you tonight. I knew it would be really uplifting, informative, fun, uplifting, loving, absolutely beautiful. Before we go, I just had to put this comment up. Tim Pierce, because he picked up on something, as I did, what you said. There is no darkness, just places here the light hasn't been yet. Love that. And I did as well. You said that, and I thought, how nice is that? Yeah.
And well, that was given to me by my angel in my meditation the other day. And I think everybody that's watching this right now I think everybody is on this planet at this moment in time. My back's wide open with this. Is here to do something special. We're to make a super. We're to make a change a way of life and everything like that. So we're all light, and we have to start shining in dark places. So yeah,
very true.
Where we can, doing what we can, and just making the world a better place.
Yeah, it's the oldest saying in the world, isn't it? If you can't say anything good, don't say anything. And it's very true. Yeah. Brilliant night again. Thank you so much. Lots of fun, lots of laughter, lots of love, lots of info. What are you looking at? Somebody.
Feel like, are we doing this or not? So, yeah.
Yeah. We are going to go, honestly. Go 6:30, saying goodbye.
Don't get me wine.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Go. Tanker out there, is there?
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Just got me box of wine out for the night. Angel, God bless you, darling. Absolutely beautiful night. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully at 11 o'clock for our divine service. Take care, look after yourselves, love yourselves, and stay safe and stay in. All right. So God bless you all, darlings. Take care. Love you all.
Bye. Very good. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to do that.